Alrighty, students. Hi. Today we will learn very important verb tense, and that is the present simple. Now you are asking yourself why this verb tense is important. I will tell you the answer. The verb tense, present simple, is important because you use it every day. Why do you use it every day? To talk about what you do every day. You say, I wake up at 7. I brush my teeth at 7:30. I take my breakfast at 8. All of these sentences have the present simple in them. So let's start learning about the present simple. When do we use the present simple? We use the present simple to talk about habits, as I have just told you. When you want to talk about things that you do every day, like I go to bed at 7 every night, I come back from school at 1 every day. These are habits, things that we always do. We also use the present simple to talk about facts. What is a fact? Facts are similar to the ones that you learn in math or in science, like lions eat meat. This is a fact. Very good. So we use it to talk about facts or things that are always true. We also use the present simple to talk about our thoughts and feelings, because these thoughts and feelings are usually stable. They don't change quickly. That's why we use the present simple to talk about them. Like what? I love my mom. This sentence has a verb love, and love is a feeling verb. I think English is an interesting subject. I feel. Feelings are also stable. They don't change quickly, and that's why we use the present simple to talk about them. And the last thing, we use it to talk about general statements or actions that are repeated. Again, the things that you do every day, the routine of your life. When you want to talk about it, always remember to use the present simple. Now you are asking yourself, how can I form a sentence with the present simple? Or how does the present simple look like? I will give you the answer. Let's go. What is the form of the present simple? If you want to say a verb in the present simple, remember to add s to the verb if the subject is he, Omar, she, Layla, it, the cat, loves milk. He loves milk. Layla loves milk. The cat also loves milk. Excellent, students. Now, what about the plural subject like they, we, and also what about I and you? With I, you, they, and we use the base verb, which means we don't add anything to the verb. I love milk. You love milk. They love milk. And we, yes, love milk. Excellent, students. Very simple. We either add the s with the singular subject like he, she, or it, or we put the verb as it is. Eat, love, like, hate, when the subject is I, you, they, we. Very good. And here are some examples that you can look at. She likes, he works, it runs, they play, I love, we do, and you clean. Very good. Now, you may ask, when or should I change the verb into the present simple. You can change the verb into the present simple if you see in the sentence a word like every day or a word like always. Why? Because these two words show us what? Repetition, habits, things that always happen. Also, when you have feeling verbs, always remember that the sentence should be in the present simple, like love, like, hate, mean, prefer, dislike. I like math. I prefer apples to oranges. I dislike bananas. Notice that when we want to talk about feelings or about thoughts, we always use the present simple. Now, if the verb expresses basic facts, how? Like, for example, the water boils at 100 degrees and it freezes at 0 degree. Very good. This sentence expresses basic facts. Very good. Now let's look at these sentences that tell us facts from the water cycle that we have just learned in the previous lesson, and let's circle the correct verb tense. 1. The water cycle tells us how we get rain. What do you think? The water cycle. The correct answer is tells. Very good. Now let's look at sentence 2. First, the sun. The sun makes or make the water hot. Of course, the sun makes the water hot. 3. Then the water changes into vapor. The water changes into vapor. Now let's look at the correct answers. Always remember, when you want to choose the correct answer, always look at the subject of the sentence. Depending on the subject, you decide if we should put S to the verb or we should leave the verb as it is. Now let's continue. The hot vapor rises into the air. The hot vapor rises into the air. Excellent. Next, the vapor become a cloud. Of course, the vapor becomes a cloud. In the end, it rains because the cloud is very heavy with water. Of course, it rains. And here are the correct answers. Now, let's learn together how we form the negative form when we use the present simple. To form the negative form, we use doesn't plus the base verb, which means the verb as it is, when we have he, she, or it as subject of the sentence. For example, she likes becomes she doesn't like. Pay attention. We should remove the S from the like or from the verb. He works. He doesn't work. It runs. It doesn't run. And if the subject is I, you, they, or we use don't plus the base verb. Example, they play, they don't play. I love, I don't love. We do, we don't do. You clean, you don't clean. Very good, students. Now we will learn how to form questions. Sometimes we need to ask questions using the present simple. How do we form questions using the present simple? Pay attention, please. First of all, of course, we use the WH word like what, when, where, then. We choose either does or do, depending on what? Depending on the subject. And then we add the base verb as it is. And as you know, we should put the question mark at the end. Let's have some examples. What does she eat? Where does he live? When does it start? Now work with me. Let's do the other group together. Why do I feel tired? Excellent, students. Who do we go with? How do they come? And the last one, which one do you take? Very good, students. Very easy. We either use does or do with the correct subject and with the base verb, and always we put a question mark at the end of the question. Now I want you to work with me and form questions from these words. How does rain happen? 1. How water become hot? How can we form a correct question using the present simple? Of course, we should first put the WH word, how. Then we need to decide whether to use do or does. Because water is singular, we use does. How does water become hot? Question mark. Very good. The answer is the sun makes the water hot. Who can correct the answer? Yes, the sun makes the water hot. Now let's work together on the second question and the second answer. What hot water change into? The question becomes, what does hot water change into? The answer is hot water change into vapor and rise up. Pay attention. We have and. Okay. The answer is hot water, and always remember to write hot, the H in capital letter. Hot water changes into vapor and rises up. Why? Because I have and the verb after and should be the same, in the same verb tense as the verb before and, changes and rises up. Excellent, students. Now let's look at the third question together. Very easy. Let's work together. How vapor change into clouds? The question is, how does vapor change into clouds? The answer is vapor rise in the sky and cool. Yalla, let's try to answer it together. Vapor rises in the sky and cools. Very good. Now, why it rain? The question is, why does it rain? The answer is clouds get heavy and rain fall down. The correct answer is clouds get heavy and rain falls down. Pay attention. Clouds get, plural. Rain, singular, falls down. Very good, students. Thank you for watching this video. I hope that you have learned a lot and that now you can use the present simple easily to form sentences and the questions about yourself, about science, about whatever you like. Thank you for watching. أعزائي طلبة الصف السادس، إذا رغبتم بمشاهدة هذا الموقف التعليمي لمرات عديدة، عليكم أن تدخلوا إلى الرابط أو الكود اللذان يظهران في أسفل هذه الشاشة. شكرا لكم ولمتابعتكم.